Hello, YouTube. I've had this idea for a while to make a series of videos on the albums, the records that have had the biggest impact on me and my life. So the first one that I'm going to talk about, it kind of all begins here, but it actually doesn't. But this was a big leap forward for me. That was Say You Will by Fleetwood Mac. I was in 5th grade when this this album, this CD came out. And my dog is barking, growling at something. But I'm getting emotional here. My brother brought home this mixed CD that had the song Peacekeeper on it. Also, my allergies are bothering me too. And it had Peacekeeper, but it was the Lindsey Buckingham version I later figured out, like many years later. Because I remember this version being very different. There was no Stevie Nicks vocals on it. It was like a drum machine. It's actually a really good version of that song. I like the Fleetwood Mac version too. I really like that Lindsey Buckingham demo version. Anyhow, I was in 5th grade, becoming more a mature child, soon to be preteen, something like that. Music was starting to affect me a lot more emotionally. I was just discovering more serious stuff, mostly through my brother. Whatever he listened to, I would listen to, that kind of thing. We shared a bedroom. And he liked that song Peacekeeper, so when this CD came out, he bought the album. And I listened to it and I liked it, but it wasn't until like a few years later that I became just like fully obsessed with Fleetwood Mac. Okay, maybe now I am really crying. Oh my God, I can't put this on YouTube. I'm just emotional, man. Just like touches my inner sanctum. But Fleetwood Mac still means a lot to me, and I was very obsessed with them. And I still think this CD, Say You Will, I still think it's great. I don't know if I would use a masterpiece as far as it being objective, but objectively a masterpiece. But look at that artwork. It's like old friends getting back together, right? There they are. Amazing. And as far as what it was that I liked about it, I mean, the lyrics just had so much emotion and so much depth. There's all these crazy sounds that Lindsey Buckingham came up with, I think. I didn't like Stevie Nicks at first. I didn't like her voice. It was too hoarse and gnarly. And I thought Lindsey Buckingham was just like God, though. But that was later on when I kind of learned more about them. I just knew that I liked, originally, I just knew that I liked the guy singing more than the female voice. But eventually that all changed. There's just so many songs on here, and I feel like I know every lyric, every little sound in all of them, which is to say a lot. It's like 80 minutes long. What's the world coming to? 9/11 kind of song, like, is this the end of the world? America's been attacked, that sort of thing. And Murrow turning over in his grave kind of continues that mood. You know, there's these headlines. You know, it's not something that like 80s or 70s Fleetwood Mac would seem to care about. It was more just about their interpersonal drama, you might say, or the trappings of fame and rock stardom. But the third song, Illume 9/11, that's Stevie Nicks' chronicle of her experience. I think she might have been in New York City or was flying there when that happened, but her vocals on that are beautiful. This isn't really a review, just like my thoughts, my impressions, my ideas, my memories, and there's a lot to unpack with this one. I could talk all day. I don't know if I should, But Thrown Down, I think that song was on an episode of Friends. That's like that's like a beautiful masterpiece pop song that I don't think really got its due. Miranda's kind of strange but pretty cool. Got that signature Lindsey Buckingham, Travis picking technique. Red Rover, same thing, just a bunch of weirdness. Say You Will, title track, pop song, beautiful. Really sweet when she says, well, just the chorus. Give me one more chance, at least give me time to change your mind. It always seems to heal the wounds if I can get you to dance. So when I was in middle school, I feel like that meant a lot to me. And then Peacekeeper, so dark, so brooding, so I don't know. It just made me imagine things as a kid that um, there was something going on, and take no prisoners, only kill. Come. I didn't really like that when I was a kid because I wasn't into big crazy guitar solos, but man, the drum sounds on that, the guitar solos. It's great. I saw Lindsey Buckingham in concert. He played that with a drum machine and maybe some. Did it have backing tracks? Maybe like some bass backing tracks. I like that he did that on a couple songs like this and I'm So Afraid and like nothing else. I thought the drum machine was tasteful, but that's a good song. Pretty crazy. The vocals are like he couldn't duplicate them live. It's very much like a studio thing, but then still played that song live with Fleetwood Mac on Live in Boston. Another important one for me. Smile at You, didn't like that song when I was a kid. I like it a lot now. Running Through the Garden is always one of my absolute favorites. Um, the guitar solo is amazing. The guitar sounds are amazing. The lyrics, the melodies, so much emotion in Stevie Nicks' singing. Silver Girl, didn't like that one, but I mean, I love all these songs now. Yeah, kind of her like putting a mirror into her soul. Also, I'm like watching myself while I do this because I'm scared that I don't know, my iPhone's gonna run out of storage and I don't want to like keep talking if it's not recording. I don't know if I'm at 7.5 minutes. I don't know if I'm gonna go for 30 minutes, an hour, go to 10. I don't know. We're gonna find out together. Steal Your Heart Away is beautiful, and Bleed to Love Her. Those two just go hand in hand. It's just like this tender ballad, sweet love song. Just got the Lindsey Buckingham signature guitar playing, the great rhythm section behind it, and it's produced in such a way that, you know, it doesn't necessarily sound like it's from the early 2000s. It doesn't sound like it's from the 70s, of course, but it's unique all the same. I'm just thinking of Mick Fleetwood's drums and like the sound, and that's not really something I pay much attention to, but then Stevie Nicks has those great harmonies on that, and I think Christine McVie sings on those ones too. I was not initially planning to do a track by track overview, but that's what this has become because I want to make sure I'm not missing anything here. But I love those songs. They're amazing, and then they're back to back, and they just go together. Like, I feel like this album is really cinematic. I know a lot of people don't like it. They say it's like a Stevie Nicks album squeezed together with Lindsey Buckingham album, and I mean, it sounds a lot like Trouble in Shangri-La, but it's so good. I love it. I love it all. It's like there's like a lot of forgiveness in it, which Lindsey and Stevie are not on good terms now. She was the impetus for him being fired from the band. Then he had a heart attack, and Christine died after she came back. I actually went to the first concert when she came back. That was pretty cool. I was there. It was in Minneapolis. Bleed to Love Her. Everybody Finds Out has kind of this epic ending. There's just a lot of emotional relationship drama stuff that as a kid I didn't really understand, but I knew that there was something deeper about this album, some layers to it. Destiny Rules is fantastic, which is the name of the documentary they made. I think it's on YouTube. I remember seeing Lindsey Buckingham cutting the tape with a razor. So this was recorded analog and then digitally processed and stuff. But yeah, Destiny Rules is like the classic Lindsay Stevie soap opera, romance, drama song, lyrically, like a lot of this album. But then the last two songs, not the coda, but just the ending, it's just amazing. Say Goodbye and Goodbye Baby, like another pair of songs. Say Goodbye is Lindsay's, Goodbye Baby is Stevie's. They had always teased making another album after this. They never did. They made an EP called Extended Play. That was okay, I guess. But Say Goodbye is just, it's just beautiful. And they ended one of the concerts that I saw them, I believe, ended with that song. It was the only Say You Will song they played on that tour, I think, if I'm remembering correctly. But beautiful song. Goodbye Baby is supposedly, I don't know where I heard this or where I got this idea, but it was like, supposedly she had like an abortion with Don Henley, that he had impregnated her. She had an abortion and regretted it, or didn't regret it, I don't know, but had feelings and wrote a song as a tribute to that whole thing. Or maybe it's about something else, I don't know. It's speculation. That's what I love about the mysticism of Fleetwood Mac. It's very deep. You never know. I don't know. It's like seeing a window into their souls. But I love this album. I love the artwork. They seemed like normal adult people, and then they seemed like grandpas. So I remember studying that and being like, that's so weird. Why are these guys so old? But it's probably just because they both have gray beards. And I remember my dad saying, oh, those guys are just like a little bit older. But they're also the British ones, and these are the Americans. I think I'm one of the biggest experts of Fleetwood Mac in this world. But there's just so much to learn about them. It's so fascinating, like the whole history. And I love the Peter Green stuff. Bob Welch, not as much, but there's some good stuff in those albums for sure. I also have this. This is actually my brother's original copy. I traded him, so he got this eventually, but I traded him the Lindsey Buckingham with special guest Stevie Nicks DVD that I had bought at Walmart in like high school or something. I traded him that for this because I knew he had both. And this one, the special edition, has one of my favorite Bob Dylan songs on it, Love Minus Zero No Limit, sung by Lindsay. It has a great Stevie Nicks song called Not Make Believe, and 2 live versions of the 2 singles. It's great. You should listen to it. My fiance is calling. I'm going to stop this video.